Alright, what's up guys? So if you can't tell, this is a new camera thing. I have that overhead tripod thing, so I'm actually kind of happy that it came pretty early, because now I can record stuff like an actual thing. So, it's not on a tripod and it's not angled, but it's overhead, so it's really cool. So I thought I'd use this opportunity to show off something that I wish they would do even today. So this is a very, very old Master Duelist guide from Yu-Gi-Oh! And it says over 1,200 cards, but we know there's way more now, because this is actually a Duelist guide that was made for the very old packs that, were ever released. So Legend of Blue Eyes, Metal Raiders, all that, all the way up to Dark Crisis. So this has all of the cards you can think of from the very old packs. Like, this is a catalog to show like all the cards you can get from each booster pack. So to start off, you have like the starter decks. So you have starter deck Yugi, you have starter deck, I think Kaiba's in here too. Yep, starter deck Kaiba. That's pretty cool. Starter deck Joey. So the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because I actually got some of my stuff from my family. I living on my own now, I couldn't bring everything with me all at once, so I finally got some of my boxes for my family, and this was in one of my boxes. And when I found it, it really brought me back to when I first started playing Yu-Gi-Oh, which was when I was a little kid, trading cards and kind of knowing how to play, because back in the day there wasn't really a rule set. So I'm not that old. I was born in 2000, so I'm not that old. I wasn't there when Yu-Gi-Oh first came out, but I did know how to collect, trade, and play when, let's say, I think GX was just the newest thing. So yeah, so when I found this, it really brought me back to when all those old packs came out, and you could still buy them in stores, because GX was the only thing that was new, and there weren't a lot of packs yet. So again, this is just a catalog. Well, the front part is just a catalog, so you'll have like Pharaoh's Servant, Legacy of Darkness, all that. Pretty much cards you could get in each pack, and then this catalog would help you keep track of which ones you have. So I thought this was really cool to show off. You got Magician's Force, you have Dark Crisis. So this was just really cool to see. And you also have the tournament packs, packs you get from tournaments if you win, or just if you attend. What I really want to talk about is I wish they would do this more, not for each new booster pack, but probably for like stuff that was meta, or stuff that is meta, or just if they had to compile like all the new packs. So like you would have something like this, but for like, let's say, Spirit Warriors and Judgment of Light or something like that. Just like if they had to compile booster packs to make a catalog like this, because this is what they did. It's not just Legend of Blue Eyes and Dark Crisis. There's Metal Raiders, Legacy of Darkness, and all that. I kind of wish they would do that for the modern day packs, because people have gotten into Yu-Gi-Oh more because of the the little outbreak that happened, so they had to stay home and pick up a new hobby. And then you also have the old school people who would stuck with Yu-Gi-Oh, so they know all about like these old packs, and they're trying to keep up with the new ones. So I feel like stuff like this would be really cool for them to release, because I've kept this, I don't even know how long I've kept this. It's been, let's say, I guess a decade, 2 decades. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about this with my new overhead thing, because I thought this would be a perfect way to show it off. I'm still trying to get the lighting down, if you couldn't tell. Right now the only lighting source I have is a ring light, so I don't really have good lighting, but I thought since I had the tripod I could show this off. So this is just a catalog, and I just wanted to bring it out and show it and talk about how I wish they would make stuff like this for the modern day packs, because I feel like that would be really cool. Because if they did have this for Spirit Warriors, trust me, I would buy it off the immediately, because I was trying to build 6 Samurai, especially the new 6 Samurai, and then I was trying to build the magical muskets and all that. So something like this would have actually helped for Spirit Warriors. So I thought I'd show it off. And then there's also like like a top something list where it shows like back in the day, this was the top 24 level 4 cards that are high in attack, or the next one would be top 25 level 4 monsters with the highest defense. It would pretty much show off cards that you would want in your deck back in the day, because of pretty much either being a big meat shield or just having a strong attack. So you have like 17 monsters with the highest defense. So you have the Millennium Shield, you have Fusion Raichi. I don't remember what that is. You have the Gate Guardian and all that. So this is pretty cool to see even now. You have all the 10 fusion. You have like all the 10 fusion monsters with the highest attack at the time. You have the ones with the highest defense, and there's also stuff in the back that I thought was really cool for people who were starting out Yu-Gi-Oh. You know, if you didn't want to use any of the basic structure decks like the starter deck Yugi and the starter deck Kaiba, they had pretty much a deck list on what you could do to start off. So you had a one-turn victory deck, you had a basic search deck, an attack and defense swap deck. So like it pretty much showed you different types of decks you could, you know, make just by buying the booster packs. And I thought that's really cool. You know, it really helps new players at the time try out something new besides using the starter decks. Which was something new because at the time, again, it was just starter deck Yugi, Kaiba, and Joey. If I'm not mistaken, maybe even a Weevil and Rex deck, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. But this was a really cool thing, I thought. The best part about this book was this back part about sample decks, you know, things you could make on your own by buying booster packs. So like Fire Princess deck, Sheep Attack deck, Shining Power deck, and so on. So I thought that was really cool. And it just keeps going on. You got Trap of Thieves. You have so much, you know, options to choose from just from the 1,200 cards they released back in the day. And then I thought this was really cool. You have like a Q&A for the people who asked questions, especially some that were like, I think most of them are about rules. So like, when special summoning Lava Golem, can I offer monster tokens? And you know, it's pretty much questions to help answer your questions, if that makes any sense. Like if you had any questions that relate to this. So like, let's see if I can find one. Oh yes, Union Monsters. You remember Union Monsters? Because you know, nobody else does. So like this one was, Union Monsters can change back to a monster in face-up attack position. If I use this effect, does this count as a special summon? So like, you know, it's pretty much questions that you would ask yourself back in the day, because again, Yu-Gi-Oh didn't really have rules, and well, there was rules, but it wasn't known to the public as well. That's why you had the people that had like the 2,200 card deck, or you had like the, you know, the no limits on which cards you could have back in the day. So like, you know, there's even questions about ritual summoning, which nobody does anymore, unless you run into that certain person who runs Vendreads or Cyberbladers. So like this was just something I wanted to show off. It was really cool. I don't know if I'll put this under tabletop talk or review. I wouldn't call this a review. I guess I will put this under tabletop talk. So yeah, I just wanted to show this Master Duelist guide, especially with my new tripod where I could use both of my hands and it's not on an angled, you know, recording. So yeah, and if anything, I was thinking about starting off my online Yu-Gi-Oh series on the channel with these decks. So like, I would go to, you know, Dueling Book and make these decks that are actually on here in the back, which are the sample decks. So like, one video could be about the one-turn victory deck or the Shining Power deck. So I might actually do that for the start of the Yu-Gi-Oh Online series. And I will also be doing another thing on the Yu-Gi-Oh Online series called CDO, which is, I'm calling Character Decks Online, where I make the decks that the characters used in the show and play them online against people who are using meta decks and see if that works out. So that's pretty much all I want to talk about. I really want to show this off, and it really helped me segue into talking about the Yu-Gi-Oh Online series for the channel, so that I have more stuff to post on the dueling channel. So the trading card channel, not the dueling channel, the trading card channel. It's all the same thing. But yeah, so expect Yu-Gi-Oh Online. That's what I'm going to call it. I'm not going to call it Dueling Book because, you know, there's a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh Online stuff you can do. There's also Dueling Nexus and all that nonsense, you know, Duel Links and all that. So I'm just going to call it Yu-Gi-Oh Online. I'm not going to call it Dueling Book. So that's about it for this tabletop talk. I just really want to show off this Yu-Gi-Oh trading card game Masters Duelist guide, because it was really a blast from the past when I found this in one of the boxes that I had. So that's pretty much it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.